Alex got me fired up. The two most important dates in your life, guys, the day you were born and today, the day you all discovered why. See, Darren Hardy talked about defining moments. In our life, we have defining moments, and there's one or two things you can do when those moments pass you by. You can either define the moment, or you can let the moment define you. So who's ready to have that defining moment? That moment, guys, when you look back on it all and you say, that was the day, today was the day, the beginning of the rest of your life, guys, the rest of your future. But it all starts with an intention, right? Intentions are very powerful. So let's set the intention, guys. For the next 10 minutes, okay, I want you guys to remember this. How you do anything is how you do everything, right? So for the next 10 minutes, guys, let's get right on the edge of your seat. Right on the edge of your seat. Sit on the edge of your seat. I want you to be present. I want you to feel everything. And I want you to take a stand for your moment. And you'll know when the time's ready. I want you to make a decision. When the time's right, I want you to stand up, and I want you to stay standing up and hold your ground. Once you've made that decision that today is going to be that turning point in your business, and you're going to look back on it all, guys, and you're going to remember this date. Wow. Looks like some decisions have been made. No one's going to make that stand for you, guys. If it's to be, it's up to me, right? You got to take full responsibility of your business. I mean, for me, I feel like I almost had an advantage back in Canada because I didn't have a lot of luxuries. I didn't have, anyone necessarily doing the work for me. You know what I mean? I had to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I got to leverage off Brad. I got to follow Alex. I got to see what these guys were doing. But at the end of the day, I had to do it. And you're going to have to do the same thing. You got to go from being dependent in this business to independent to then dependable. And that's what you're going to need to get your newest person to do as well, guys. How do you do it? Man, how did I do it? I just failed. I failed really, really fast, guys, and that's all you need to do. See, failure is feedback, right? I knew there were some things that I needed to learn in this business to become a professional, and I understood there was way more learning in failure than there ever will be in success. So I just made mistakes, and most people are so scared to make mistakes. They live in fear, and fear and faith both require you to believe in something you cannot see, so what do you choose? Right, because I chose faith. I wasn't afraid to make mistakes, and I was willing to own them. See, a lot of people, they always want to point the finger. I've always liked to say that when you point the finger out, you got three pointing right back at you. See, I learned about something called cause and effect. Effect is where all the reasons are in life. See, in life you can have reasons or results. You can't have both. Most people live on the effect side of the equation where all the reasons are, why they can't do this, why they can't do that. My upline, they're not helping me. They're not placing people underneath me. They're not doing events for me. Have we heard that before? Right? My downline, they're not motivated, they're not moving. And they always have reasons as to why they can't make this thing happen. And they play this victim role. And see, guys, if you understand the law of attraction, if you play this victim role and you put out victim vibrations, what are you going to continue to attract? Victim circumstances. But you know what? Maybe it's our fault. Maybe we led you to believe that this was easy when it wasn't. No, maybe we made you think that our businesses started at these big stages, speaking in front of thousands of people, and not at the small home events, speaking in front of one guest, or sometimes no guest. Maybe it's our fault that you didn't see that it was failure that gave us strength, and that it was our pain and our motivation to succeed in this business. Maybe we made you think that we were born with some God-given gift or talent, and that our business was built on flash and not fire. Guys, maybe we made you believe that this was a get-rich-quick, and that success was a straight line to the top and not a roller coaster filled with emotions of ups and downs. Maybe we made you think that this would be handed to you, and that success would be spoon-fed to you. Or maybe, just maybe, you're making excuses. See, a successful person lives on the cause side of the equation. Okay, they're at cause for everything. They understand that they create their reality. And so if there are circumstances that they don't enjoy in their experience in this business, guess what? They just got to look in the mirror to change them as well too. That's where an elite member lives, guys, on the cost side of the equation. If you want to be successful, you got to live on that side, and you got to take full responsibility of your business. See, how do you do it? Because it's easier said than done, right? So I like to talk about something called be, do, have. See, you got to focus on what you want. Does everybody know what they want? Do you have your why in front of you? Do you know what you want to have more of? Because in order to have more, guess what? You got to do more. There's certain things you're not doing right now, which is the reason why you're not having right now. You got to do more. And you can't talk about it, you got to be about it. Right? What you do speaks so loudly, no one back here can hear what you're saying. You got to do more. But see, the only way you're actually going to do certain things, to have certain things, is you got to be that person. You got to become, guys. We're human beings, as Alex always likes to remind us, right? We're human beings. Okay, you got to become that person, right? Is it fair to say that before Vemma, we probably were not millionaires? So there's probably a thing or two we don't know about how millionaires think, how they talk, how they walk, how they act. So you got to become that person, guys. Because if you become that person, you're going to do what's required of you, and you're going to have exactly what it is you want to have. So don't wish that this was easy. Just wish you were better, right? And enjoy the journey, guys. Success is a journey. It's not a destination. Pinnacle, it's a journey. It's not a destination. So don't get caught up in other people's journeys, right? Enjoy your journey. Right? Don't worry about theirs, guys. You got to mind your business, right? And just enjoy it, guys, because it's not a destination. Now, if it was easy, everybody would do it, guys, right? I mean, E.T. talks about that all the time. If it was easy, everybody would do it. So no one's up here, guys, trying to tell you that, this is going to be easy, but we're telling you that's going to be worth it. Man, I remember, I'm looking at everybody in the back of the room, and that was me. I want you guys to understand, that was me. I was at the back of the room. I'm like, man, there's nothing special or above average about anybody on stage. So I knew that I could do it. I knew I could make a decision. And so for all my people at the back of the room, guys, this is you next year if you just make that decision, because that's all I did, guys. You got to make the decision. So I'm not telling you that it's easy, guys, but I'm telling you that it's absolutely worth it, right? Guys, this is history in the making. Do you guys understand that? This is history in the making. See, when they put out the movie, Young People Revolution in a theater near you, have you made the decision whether or not you're going to be in the movie or you're going to be eating your popcorn in the background? Guys, this is history in the making, okay? So you can either make history or you can be history. Right? You can either be phenomenal or be forgotten. Leave a legacy, guys. I want you guys to understand, if you don't do it, guess what? Someone else will. And it's probably the person sitting next to you. But it all starts with a decision. No one is going to do it for you. So you got to take full responsibility for your business, guys. How do you do it, man? How do you do it? I love E.T. because E.T. talks about this all the time. You got to be a lion. E.T. talks about this all the time. You got to be a lion. You got to be a lion, man. Lions, they think differently, okay? You can't care about what anyone else thinks, guys, right? Lions don't lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. And so I want to do this real quick for E.T., okay? When I say, who am I? You say, I'm a lion. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Vegas. Luke Hessler said it, guys. Make the commitment to be here next year. I want to see you guys all at Vegas. You got to go all in. Okay, that's the theme, guys. You got to go all in. Make the decision today, and you'll look back on it all, guys, and you'll remember this as that defining moment like it has been for me, guys. I thank you. Appreciate it, guys.